5, Unit 13, Subtracting Numbers in Vertical Form. Unit 13.1, we're subtracting numbers from 10 to 20 in vertical form. Example A, 10 minus 8. If we look at our ones column, we can't subtract 8 from 0. So therefore, we got to come over here to our tens column and borrow. When you borrow one whole, that makes it 0. We're going to take that 10 and add it to the ones column. Now we still have 10 minus 8, but it's the process that counts. So 10 minus 8 is 2. Let's look at example B. 12 minus what number equals 4? Well, you could count backwards if you wanted to. You can also ask yourself, 4 plus what number would equal 12? Most of us can figure that one out. It's 8. Unit 13.2. Subtract numbers from 20 to 35 in vertical form. Example A, 29 minus 3. We start off in the ones column. 9 minus 3 is 6. There's nothing to subtract from the 2, so it just comes down for an answer of 26. Example B. We have to fill in the missing number here. So if we look at the ones column, go ahead and just follow the same process you normally do. We can't take 8 from 7. You can't subtract 8 from 7. So we had to borrow from a number over here, but we don't quite know what that number is yet. But the answer in the tens column is 1. Well, in order for that to be 1, this number had to start off as a 2, so that when we borrowed and made it a 1 and put that 10 over here in the ones position, now when we subtract, we will get an answer of 19. So 2 is our missing number. Unit 13.3. Subtract numbers from 35 to 60 in vertical form. Example A, 35 minus 6. If we look at our ones column, you cannot subtract 6 from 5. So we come over here to the tens column, borrow, make it a 2. Take that 110, add it to the ones column, and make that 5 a 15. Now 15 minus 6 is 9. And then 2 minus nothing would be 2 for an answer of 29. Let's look at example B. We have a missing number we need to fill in. We have to ask ourselves, what number minus 8 equals 2? Well, there's not a single digit number, so at some point we had to borrow. So if we look over here, we have a 5. Well, if you notice, we have a 6 in the tens column, so the 6 didn't come down. We borrowed from that number and made it a 5 and added the 1 over here. So now we have to ask ourselves, what number that has a 1 in front of it minus 8 equals 2? Well, we also know that 8 plus 2 is 10, so our missing number is 0. Unit 13.4, Subtracting numbers from 60 to 80 in vertical form. Let's look at example A. 62 minus 4. Can't subtract 4 from 2, so we have to borrow from the 6, make it a 5. Take that borrowed 10, add it to the 2 to make it 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. Bring down the 5 for an answer of 58. Example B. We have a missing number that we want to fill in. 7 minus 6 does in fact give us 1, so that means that if we have a 7 in our answer, there's a 7 is our missing number. Unit 13.5. Subtract numbers from 80 to 95 in vertical form. Example A, 80 minus 7. We cannot take 7 away from 0. No subtracting there. So therefore we have to come over here to the 8, borrow 1, make it a 7. Take that borrowed 10, add it to the ones column. So now we have 10 minus 7, which is 3, and we bring down the 7 for an answer of 73.